Right, hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Tuesday, the 27th day of February 2024. By His grace, we're live, and we're here. We're at another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive, and of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. Let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers, Daily Graphic. Review new taxes. GPCC urges government. President presents State of the Nation address today. Government to set up FinTech Innovation Fund. Dr. Baumia. Jospon Group to build waste treatment plants in Lagos. Major breakthrough. Teacher unions make proposals for parties' manifestos. The Ghanaian Times. Jospon breaks into Africa. Science landmark deal to build waste management plants in Lagos State, Nigeria. Commit to free SHS/TVET program review in manifestos. NAT, two other teacher unions demand from political parties. VIP task fintech firms to develop innovative payment solutions for Africa. Attaching IG's calm over SML/GRA revenue assurance contract. Daily Guide. Nana speaks to MPs today amidst tight security. Why? Why tight security? Government to set up FinTech Fund. Hajgate crashes in trouble. MPs impressed with SML's data center. Mahama 24-hour economy. Empty slogan. The New Crusading Guide. Akufo-Addo to present SONA today. Appoint Gadangbe as your running mate. Traditional leaders to Baumia Mahama. Police chase businessman over stolen car. Samuel Oku declares war on illegal gambling. GMC allegedly sponsoring NDC parliamentary candidate to unseat Takwa MP. Open Real Estate Agency Council office by April. Upon Nkrumah issues ultimatum. The Insight. Allegation of conflict of interest and unethical conduct. Businessman drags Isan Kuma. Seth Asante to General Legal Counsel. Nkrumah, the greatest Pan-African leader and historian, says Indian professor. At ICJ hearing, Global South countries call for end to occupation of Palestine. US and allies back Israel. Times hard under Akufo-Addo. Brigadier General Nunu Mensah cries over current economic hardship. Towards curbing tie-related road accidents, Road Safety Authority educates members of Organizers Association. Junction Mall Bursary Scheme empowers 100 students of Krowo in educational support. Daily Post. John Mahama to name running mate next week. Stop needless stores and get to work. Aveji to new finance minister Amin Adams. President Akufo-Addo's elephantine, wrongful and unconscionable $48 million, 602 million Ghana cedis. Operational expenses for the 13th African Games. Honorable Kujato Ablakwa reveals. Organized labor downplays relevance of State of the Nation address in addressing economic challenges. The Daily Statesman. Akufo-Addo accounts to nation, delivers State of the Nation address today. Kojo Nkrumah directs REAC to open office by April. Ghana has the cleanest fuel in the Sahel region. Ghana's reform efforts bear fruits, IMF. NLA declares war on illegal lotto gambling. How many times are you going to declare war? UK automotive investors explore opportunities in Ghana. Economy Times. Ghana cedi continues to slide. What happened to the IMF money? Okay. Ghana's 2023-24 cocoa production to hit 27% lower than previous season. E-levy collections amounted to 1.19 billion in 2023. And maybe the e-levy will save the city. We'll be back shortly. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning, as a member of parliament for the Efija-Kwabre North constituency, and is also a deputy minister of energy designate, the Honorable Collins Adomako Bensa. Good morning.
Morning, boss.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is the first we are meeting.
Yes.
Since the announcement, yes.
Well, as a former footballer, I believe that you fully appreciate injury time substitutions.
That's right.
Okay. Also with me on the show this morning, I don't know if he's practicing his dressing before his designate comes. People who like to wear a three-piece are those who try to get closer to the ages department.
Because you put handkerchief here, you know.
Hey, now there is a fellow Ghanaian. That's the reason you must be a fellow Ghanaian to put the handkerchief there. Anyway, the Honorable Roxy Nelson Defemakpo is the Honorable Member of Parliament for the South Dai constituency. And he's also a member of the Public Accounts Committee. They've been in the news in the last couple of months. Honorable, good morning.
Morning.
He's also a legal practitioner.
Morning, Doc. And good morning, my brother. Yeah, sharp.
Oh, okay. Both of you were up there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what Momo Season is all about. There's something for everyone. Download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant, either through the QR code or merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 cedis weekly and other amazing prizes. Our merchants are also not left out of the reward. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There are lots and lots of exciting prizes for everyone. So what are we doing today? Transact more with Momo Pay and more points and win big this Momo season. Visit Momo Merchant application.mtn.com.gh for your Momo for Business account today. It's Momo season, so just Momo it with Momo Pay. Terms and conditions apply. And use Kale Kids toothpaste flavored with strawberry that gives a perfect taste for kids and makes them develop a personal attitude and love for brushing their teeth always. Kale Kids toothpaste protects child's gum, prevents cavities, and makes the teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. Kale Kids toothpaste is recommended for children between the ages of 2 and 6. It's a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kale Kids, happy smile. And the pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging irrespective of your age. But worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices. And guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It is affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakumon or just call them on 0200 535 515 and send a mail to elevators@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movements. An Amen Scientific and Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital is organizing a free health screening now, and it is open to the general public. This is a way of saying thank you to Ghanaians, and what can be more rewarding than this? The free screening includes fertility tests, prostate, stroke, diabetes, hypertension, fibroid, ulcers, hepatitis B, and many more. Note that the medical screening is free, but patients with disease conditions will pay a token for their medications. Visit Amen Scientific at Domi, near the Snake Flats Down, or Klagon, near the Sherman Under Bridge, and all the other branches across the country. You can call Amen Scientific on 020-722-9505 or 0244-227192 to book your appointments. Amen Scientific and Help an Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the healer. All right, so gentlemen, we'll start off with something I find quite interesting. this morning. Jospon breaks into Africa, signs landmark deal to build waste management plants in Lagos State, Nigeria. And this story is on the center spread of the Ghanaian Times, precisely on page 9. It's filed by Malik Suleimana from Ikeja, Lagos. It says the Jospon group of companies on Monday, that's yesterday, achieved another milestone with the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Lagos State government to provide solutions to recycling, treatment, and processing of waste. Under the MOU, Jospon Group of Companies, which is currently providing improved sanitation services in other African countries, will deploy its cutting-edge technology and build the capacity of the government in handling waste. The signing was attended by members of the House of Assembly, local waste collection associations, and state officials. Dr. Joseph Sian Japon, Executive Chairman of the Jospon Group of Companies, signed for the group, while Mr. Tukumbo Wahab, the Commissioner of the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, initialed for the state. In his remarks, Dr. Japon said that Jospon aimed to collaborate and build the capacity of their counterparts. He said the Jospon Group of Companies sought to establish a material recovery facility to reduce downstream pressure, that's waste disposal volumes, at landfills, mobile transfer loading stations to replace current stationary plants, and reduce waste at pressure points, that's markets, repurposing of current Olusosun landfill, supply of self-tipping tricycles to augment transfer and loading station operations, and bin manufacturing and plastic recycling plant to streamline recyclable activities. And he said the proposed well-proven sustainable solution for environmental sanitation will boost carbon ratings in Lagos to raise the needed funds to build more sustainable infrastructure. And he said he was convinced the signing of the MOU would mark the beginning of greater relationships between the Jospon Group and various states of Nigeria. He said he was delighted that a Jospon Group of companies extended its services to Nigeria, primarily in the upstream waste management sector. As a report by the Lagos State Waste Management Agency stated that Lagos State produces approximately 13,000 tons of waste daily, 13,000 tons of waste. Quote, my joy was to see our streets and homes clean while providing livelihood for the teeming youth of our beloved country. With time, I realized there was a lot more we could do with improved technology, which will not only provide sustainable solutions to waste management, but will make life better, cleaner, and healthier. As of now, we have established 58 sustainable sanitation infrastructure for liquid medical, plastic, and municipal solid waste, including 16 integrated recycling and compost plants. These plants produce compost, which is also helping to boost agricultural sector. Now, Mr. Wahab, for his part, touted Jospon for being the best company in Africa, and that the state engaged the service of Jospon to address the state's Hydra-headed waste challenges. Since Jospon has been a leader in the entire African sub-region, if they can assist us in solving our problems, why not involve them? We are showcasing our commitment to a crucial aspect of environmental services. And he said the Jospon Group of companies had a capacity to turn Nigeria's waste into wealth. And he stated that the agreement was a public-private partnership to address waste management challenges effectively. And the MOU was to explore ways to convert waste into valuable resources. And he noted that Jospon was only coming to manage waste rather than collect it. Our own personnel will handle the waste collection. Our goal is a cleaner and greener Lagos. The government is fostering a conducive environment for the private sector. We must find value in our waste instead of squandering it. Okay, so that's Jospon breaking into new territories to build waste management plants in Lagos State, Nigeria. And guess what? If you think that you have a waste problem in Ghana, Lagos State alone generates 13,000 tons of waste a day. Yes. Let me start off with you, Collins. Yes.
And good morning to my brother. It's been a while, but I was here last week. Annie sat in your stead. Well, Randy, I'm not surprised. Jospon, I think this is not the first time I'm hearing Jospon go international.
The first time I saw them outside the country was the 2010 Cup of Nations in Angola.
Angola.
Yes.
Yes.
And one of the stadiums, I think the main one,
Yes.
they were handling.
They were handling the cleaning. Yes.
2010.
Yes. Yes. And then subsequently, I think I've read somewhere that they've done some World Bank funded programs elsewhere in other African countries. So this is not new to us. Jospon has been quite a strong brand over the years, and considering the kind of challenges businesses have here in Ghana, it's not all companies that are able to survive for 5-10 years. And Jospon has expanded his businesses over the years, so I'm not surprised. It's a feather in the cap of the company, and an indication that they are well managed companies also within our space. I think he also has a recycling plant here in Ghana.
Yes.
Yes, because I do recall. Yes, I do recall one time the then Minister for Sanitation joined him to cut saw to commission that particular project. And you just quoted the waste problem in Nigeria and the kind of waste they churn out on a daily basis. Of course, because of their numbers. Lagos is a very big state, and I'm not surprised. But he's moving into an area that is probably thrice what we produce here in terms of waste. And so there's a lot of work for the company to do. It is my prayer that the company goes to excel. And when Jospon excels, Ghana excels. Because reading the story from our Nigerian journalist, I'm sure it's not only in our papers, it is also, I'm sure, also within their media space. So congratulations to the Jospon Group. We're proud of how far they have come. It is my hope that they go there and, as I said, make us proud, Randy.
All right.
Randy, once more, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning to my brother. And of course, my people in South Dine. The key quality prevent Tongo. And my district commander yesterday, we met over an issue and was amicably resolved.
Police commander.
Yes. So Commander Otu and Sule and Idi and all that, I extend gratitude on behalf of the community, Germany and Chanakwe yesterday. Randy, first of all, this will be about the fourth country that Jospon will be operating in Africa. I know of Liberia.
Yeah.
I know that they did some work also in Sierra Leone. Then, of course, the 2010 Angola, they got the opportunity to be part of the key institutions that made the hosting of the Cup of Nations successful by being one of the cleaning agents. And I think that they still have a foothold, Angola. And now, of all places, Lagos. And Lagos is Nigeria. So Lagos itself has a huge economy as a state. I think they are the wealthiest in Nigeria as a state. So to have such an opportunity to handle their waste management is such a big plus for him. But what's very important for me in the circumstance, Doc, is the fact that he employs a lot of Ghanaians. And I don't know the content of the MOU, which is as a result of the PPP. We also have a PPP, as you recall. But I think that a lot of Ghanaians will be employed. I know that for purposes of this local content requirements is transnational. So I know Lagos too insist on employing a lot of Nigerians in his fold. But a lot of Ghanaians will get opportunity to be taken there to go and work under the umbrella of Jospon. The figures is also impressive. If they are able to process 13,000 tons of waste every day, that translates to about 390,000 tons every month and 4,680,000 tons a year. And that's massive. It tells you the volume of work that he's gotten involved in. And particularly also because of the issue of climate change these days. Climate change, a good waste management system has a direct positive correlation to managing our climate matters as well as the climate change issues are concerned. So I'm particularly happy. I am happy for him. That's chairman. We hope that he can expand to other countries and by doing so employ more, because you see the state is unable to employ everybody. So if we have institutions such as this, assisting the state in terms of absorbing the numbers, we can only encourage them. If you recall last week, the government statistician released very terrible figures. Our unemployment has increased from 13.4 in 2022 to 14.4 in 2023. More people are falling to...
2023 was for just the quarter.
No, that was a figure check.
The end of year?
Yes, check. And then also the fact that some number of Ghanaians have descended into the poverty levels. So when you hear news like this, the multiplier effect of one person being employed by just one, whether as a factory hand or at the managerial level, will be taken to Lagos and by that extent will be deemed as an expatriate staff. The multiplier effect of remitting home, it's of some economic benefit. So we wish him all the best, and we wish that the agreement will move from the MOU level to a properly signed agreement, so that
what's Ghana's GDP? 70-something
thousand.
70-something billion.
Billion,
dollars.
yes.
Okay.
Dollars.
Okay. Lagos
and that was even as a result of the rebates.
Lagos State is 150
yes,
billion
the economy.
Yeah,
the economy is bigger than that.
Just a clarification, the 14.7 in the first three quarters of 2023.
First three quarters.
First three quarters. So the last quarter is yet to be released. I mean, I'll just...
But the average...
No, anyway. I understand what you're saying. I just... Because I had read it somewhere that that was the last three quarters, yes.
So it is in this context that I want to congratulate Zoom Lion for this feat.
Anyway, so I guess that's why you're in a three-piece suit, and I'm sure you left your jacket in your car.
But put a better carry on.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. You want to dress like President Rawlings?
With a long sleeve.
Okay, so President delivered State of the Nation address today. And the Daily Statesman reports on page 2. This is a report filed by Bright Philip Donko, that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo today delivered a State of the Nation address at Parliament House in accordance with Article 67 of the Constitution. Now, in his address, the President is expected to largely dwell on his legacies, projects, and interventions. He will touch on some monumental projects and policies whose positive impacts have affected the entire population. And these include the bold and ambitious Free Senior High School, Agenda 111, the 13th African Games with infrastructural facilities costing $145 million, the 100 billion Ghana Cares Obantapa program. Which one is that? One constituency, one ambulance initiative, one district, one factory, planting for food and jobs, rearing for food and jobs, establishment of greenhouse villages, revitalization of the cocoa rehabilitation program, and the reactivation of the aquaculture industry. Now, others include a digital property addressing system, the digitization of the operations of many government institutions, including the ports, NHIS, DVLA, GRM, but the passport office. The President is also expected to provide updates on various sectors, including security, governance, education, health, infrastructure, and the fight against corruption. The address will also highlight the government's key policy objectives for the year and outline strategies to improve the current economic situation. Meanwhile, presenting the business statement for the fourth week ending Friday, March 1, Mr. ABBEY Drisu, First Deputy Majority Whip, urged the MPs to be punctual and be in the chamber by 9 a.m. He said it will be inappropriate for members to enter or exit the chamber after the President had entered the House to deliver his address. And says that Members are also informed that as part of measures to enhance security, access to the Speaker's lobby, the clerks at the table lobby, and the frontage of the two lobbies will be limited to only persons issued with special invitation cards to the said venues. Members on the majority side are expected to use the exit at the division room area or the exit at the minority side of the House during and after the address. Members on the minority side should also use the same exits. And security barriers will be mounted around the Speaker's lobby to limit access to the lobby and its environs. And members are to ensure that their protection officers did not bring weapons to the chamber, block, and surrounding areas. The members are further advised not to invite guests into the chamber or its precincts. And touching on the debate itself, he announced that a motion to thank the president for the SONA will be moved on Thursday. In agreement with the practice of the House, the Business Committee recommended 25 minutes time allotment to the mover and second of the motion, whilst 10 minutes will be allocated to other MPs for contributions. 30 minutes will be given to leadership for winding up the debate on Thursday. And they've urged the MPs to endeavour to be succinct in their contributions to the debate and also avoid repetitions. Well, let me start off with you. State of the Nation address.
Thank you very much.
Have you guys prepared your placards already?
Whatever happens in Parliament is a closed book.
Okay.
They have a caucus meeting this morning. Guys.
Are you part of our caucus? Are you part of our caucus?
My ears are on the ground.
Now, yes, of course, in consonance with Article 67 of the Constitution. Randy, with your leave, if I may read to the hearing of our viewers. The President shall, at the beginning of each session of Parliament and before dissolution of Parliament, deliver to Parliament a message on the state of the nation. So it simply means that every year, which is a session of Parliament, which consists of 3 meetings, the President will come and deliver what the Constitution labels as a message on the state of affairs. And so there are 2 schools of thought on this matter regarding the true meaning. Others think that it has to happen the first day that the session opens. And so in this case, if we were to go by that, then that fateful Tuesday that we came on February 6th, I think so, is the day that the President have come. But he's coming today. Randy, the state of affairs don't look good at all. Our state of affairs as a people, as a nation, we don't look good. The current state of affairs, Randy, is that we have spent in excess of $40 million on a certain Ejapa deal that we have nothing to show for it. The deal exists on paper. There's nothing, simply nothing for the government to show for what they spent that $40 million on. Now, the state of affairs right now is that Cocoa Board, having secured 2 separate facilities, one $600 million, which was an African development funding to improve our cocoa production. That is specifically to enhance pollination, improve pruning, map out the farms, prevent the farms from being affected by bushfires, mapping out the farms by surveying the appropriate farmlands so that they are also not affected by galamsey operators, and generally to build warehouses and to also improve local production. In addition to that, we secure another $200 million from the World Bank to further enhance the cocoa production. But we move from a 1 million tonnage production to hovering around 450,000, perhaps this year. That's more than half in terms of less performance. So these are the true state of affairs. The other thing I may want to highlight this morning as the true state of affairs is that we've had a finance minister who, for all the 7+ years that he stayed in office, used his company to earn fees from borrowings that we did on behalf of the Republic. The record shows that he earned in excess of 159 million Ghana cedis from borrowing. I mean, this won't happen anywhere in this world, that a public officer uses his company to earn fees from transactions that he leads himself. That is the state of affairs. Really, the state of affairs is that our road sector has fallen into massive deterioration. And we woke up 2 weeks ago to hear that government has released some 150 million Ghana cedis for pothole sealing. And I'm wondering exactly how much that will do, because if you split that between amongst 261 districts that we have, that's district metropolitan assemblies, municipal and district assemblies, and you look at the road network, I don't think that 150 million will do anything in terms of pothole sealing of our roads in our rural areas. Even if it's the feeder roads alone, let's leave the highways for the highway authority. So that again is the state of affairs. I just mentioned that unemployment has increased, and Collins makes the point that the figure is correct, save for the last quarter. So for nearly 9 months of last year, we have experienced massive unemployment, massive deterioration in the unemployment rate by moving from 13.4 to 14.4. That is a clear indicator that things are not well. Randy, things are not well because when people put their money in government bonds, they can get their monies back. Indeed, they are compelled to sacrifice their investment earnings. They are compelled to also forego when to recoup their investments to their economic detriment. Randy, today we have tax handlers in excess of 25 different taxes. If you bring in a vehicle into this country, you're unable to clear the vehicle because the cost of duties it's about 3 times the cost of the vehicle. So persons have abandoned vehicles at the ports and can't clear the vehicle. So that is the true state of affairs. Right? The true state of affairs is that today tertiary students are paying massive school fees, and you would have discovered that the huge jump in tertiary fees was as a result of the introduction of the free SHS. That is the correlation that I noticed. That tertiary school fees has always been there in some minimal level. But as soon as the introduction of free SHS came, it rather resulted in a negative, higher correlated increase in tertiary fees. Today, university programs cost Ghanaians as much as 30,000 Ghana cedis a year to study at public institutions. That is about some $3,000, to pay yearly for attending a university in this country. So that is the state of affairs. The state of affairs is that our children are in secondary schools and they have few dormitories to accommodate them. So schools are compelled to admit students and turn classroom blocks into makeshift dining and makeshift dormitories for them. That is the true state of affairs. Randy, the true state of affairs is that today this government has borrowed in excess of 600 billion Ghana cedis, and we have very little to show. The true state of affairs is that we are demolishing homes of judges, and for reasons that we want to build national cathedrals that we are unable to complete, judges' buildings that we are unable to replace. So that is the true state of affairs. And for me, let me cap it up by saying that today we'll listen to the ABBEY State of the Nation, and and wish the president well during his pension. But he has absolutely run this country now. These are my preliminary remarks on the matter.
Honorable.
Yes, Randy. Yes, the president will be in Parliament this morning. As my brother rightly said, that is a constitutional imperative. This is the penultimate one because there's going to be a last one after the elections. My hope is that when he reads the final one, it's going to lead to he handing over to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as president. But of course, because this is an election...
Are you suggesting that he'll read another one next year?
Yes, they normally read the last one, yes.
After the election.
After the election.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be normally done around the
Sixth.
Fifth, sixth.
Yes.
To coincide with the dissolution
of Parliament.
Okay.
Yes.
So that would be on the 6th?
Yes.
Yeah, or the 5th.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yes. So, of course, but because...
Before you continue, look up the meaning of dreams.
Dreams. No problem. No problem. As for MPP, we've been dreaming all the time.
Okay.
You've been suggesting that we've been dreaming all the time. But I'm sure the reality will dawn on all of us very soon. But because this is an election year, this particular speech is going to be a very important one. Because then he has to demonstrate to the Ghanaian people what he inherited, what he's been able to do. And I expect the president to be candid and factual. In fact, over the years...
You expect him to what?
Candid. Candid in the sense that, and most of the time when I read his statements, he acknowledges the fact that we have some challenging times. We've gone through some challenging times. But of course, it's also an opportunity for him also to espouse what he's been able to do as a leader and as a president within this past 7 years. My brother took turns to talk about what his state of the nation is. And Randy, interestingly, he dwelled on the difficult ones that this government has been experiencing. Well, every Ghanaian also have his own rendition of what the state of the nation is to him or her. Randy, I went to Baltimore with the sports committee. You know, I'm a member of the sports committee. And have you been there? Roxy?
I know Baltimore.
Have you been to
What's happening there?
the newly constructed stadium?
Happening
have you been there?
I know Baltimore.
You're talking about the state of the nation. You talked about some few things, negative ones, and you just
a few positive ones.
The Baltimore infrastructure is part of what is happening now in Ghana. And as Randy, you might know, for the first time since 1965, Ghana will be hosting the All Africa Games. And I know that Femepo has been visiting the University of Ghana, and he has seen what is happening at the University of Ghana Sports Complex. And that is the state of the nation. 10 youth centers are being constructed. Just last month, the president commissioned the one at Koforidua.
Okay.
Yes.
Since the president commissioned it, has it been used?
I'm not too sure.
Just go and look at it.
What has happened, Randy?
No, just go and look at it.
Okay, I'll go there. I've not been there. I'm just making my point that he's talking about the state of the nation.
It was commissioned about 2 months ago or 3 months ago. Yes.
2 months ago or so.
Yes. Find out whether any sporting activity has occurred there.
Okay, I'll find out. But I'm just saying that that is also what is happening within the state. Just as he took his turn to enumerate some of the things that he deems important to him. Randy, in my young political life, 40 years on earth, I have not seen a drone delivering essential services before. One of the things that is happening now as part of the state of the nation is that now it is possible to move essential medication from one point to the other. That is also happening now. Whilst reading the paper, you talked about the ambulances. And interestingly, Randy, if you recall, prior to 2017, and I listened to Dr. Zakaria, the director of the ambulance service, when government was delivering the 300 ambulances. He said they had about 52 active ambulances as at that time. So one of the things that is happening now as part of the state of the nation is that today, the ambulances all over the country, my district is a beneficiary. In my district, Randy, if you come to my constituency, I never thought we were going to have a district court because all this while...
Just a minute. On the ambulances, maybe what we need to know today is how many of those ambulances are operational as we speak.
Okay.
That will be the state of the nation.
Yes, I'm saying, yes.
Not what the state of the nation was 6 years ago.
No, I'm not saying it was 6 years ago. I'm saying that now, my understanding is that government has delivered ambulances to each district. That's the state of the nation.
No, that was done 6 years ago.
But it's there. The ambulances
no, you
are
don't
there.
get what I'm saying.
I get the point
I'm
you're
saying
making.
that was done 6 years
so
ago.
in my
Today,
yes. So I can use my
to
district
know,
as an example.
If we want to know the state of ambulances in Ghana today, it will not be what we heard or knew about 6 years ago. It will be what the situation is today.
Yes.
And you will be shocked.
Well, Randy, my understanding is that whatever the case may be, it's obviously a better situation as we used to have. Yes, the number of ambulances, the number of active ones that are working now within Ghana. That I'm very, very confident about. But as I said, I never envisaged that I was going to have a district court and a district bungalow for a judge in my constituency. Today, and the Femepo, I'm sure is aware, he being a lawyer. I mean, there are countless or a number of districts, newly constructed district courts springing up all over the country. That also is the state of the nation. But Randy, having said that, it is important that we also admit that not all has been rousing. There have been some very, very challenging times. I mean, at a point in time, inflation was well over 50%. That was scary. I mean, you get up in the morning, and I remember one time I was here. When I was coming in the morning, I checked the dollar rates. I got here and I mentioned, and then you also said, no, Collins, it has changed. So at a point in time, the exchange rate was fluctuating at a very, very alarming rate. Yes, today, where it is not what we expect it to be, but at least there seems to be some stability. Yes, there seems to be some stability.
13 cities.
You are not getting the point I'm making. I said where it is. It's not where we all expect for it to be. But at least a few years ago, when you get up in the morning, it can move from 13 to 15. Within a day, it can shift.
Who?
Oh, please. I'm just making, let me make my argument.
Please.
I'm saying that, yes, in spite of some of the very interesting positive that have come up, we also have to admit that there have been some very challenging times. And I know the president, having read through some of his State of the Nations, about his ability to be candid to the facts and admit some of the issues that have bedeviled his government, but also an opportunity for him to tout some of the things that he's been able to do. So, Randy, these are my preliminary comments. I'm sure when the president is done, we will have an opportunity to delve into the statements in our subsequent interactions, and then we can have a very, very detailed debate on it.
Okay. So apparently the ambulances were imported in 2020. 307.
307.
2020. Yes. Under how comes in?
How comes
Okay, 2020. Then as at last year, just after 2.5 years, 79 of them had broken down and 12 had been involved in accidents. So 91 in 2.5 years, 91 were not operational.
Okay, so the point is that if you take out 91 from the 300 and something, we still have about 200 active ambulances, which is a very, very huge departure from the 52 active ambulances we had.
Are you not worried? You see, my point is not a quantitative argument or debate, but a qualitative one. That why would we import supposedly brand new ambulances, and in 2.5 years, 71 are broken down? There must be something.
Talked about maintenance project. Yes, that's fine. Yes, that's true. I get your point.
71 in 2.5 years,
I get your point.
New, they supposedly brand new.
I get your point.
Ambulances.
Yes, I mean after 2 years, obviously wear and tear, but there should be a certain maintenance culture and maintenance arrangement to keep the ambulances active. Yes, I get your point.
Anyway, okay, I have a question for both of you. Whoever gets the correct answer, and I'm sure we'll get to know the correct answer maybe after 2 p.m. But whoever gets whoever gets the correct answer will get a gift from me.
Okay.
How many times? Then this is the question. How many times will COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war feature in the State of the Nation address?
How many times would it be mentioned?
Yes. How many times?
In every paragraph.
Will COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war...
Please predict.
In every paragraph. So if I know the number of paragraphs...
So the number of pages is...
No, not pages, paragraphs. So if I know the number of paragraphs, I'm home and dry.
Really, three times.
You mentioned three times. Okay. And you say...
In every paragraph.
We'll be back shortly. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I have the Honorable Collins Adumaku Mensah and the Honorable Roxanne Nelson, the Famakpo. What does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, I was God the Mullah, God the Power. Ghana's newest lottery game. Draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on their website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some moolah. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by a National Lottery Authority and is not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Ayesoko. The Akosombo Dam be big, but Betway's cash out be bigger. Betway is giving you more control over every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. It's not for persons under 18. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more. And charcoal has essential medicinal properties that help remove toxins from our bodies. The natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. Kel Charcoal toothpaste has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions with all the necessary production protocols and has been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Constant use of Kel Charcoal toothpaste gives you a good fresh breath, whiter teeth, reduces dental plaque, makes the gum healthy and strong, prevents cavity, upset stomach, hangover, and so on. Kel Charcoal toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from the age of 6. Kel Charcoal toothpaste for white teeth and fresh breath all day long. This is another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Kel Charcoal toothpaste, happy smile. And Blue Jeans energy drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years. We already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your strength and energy as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans energy drink has been tested and tried. It is indeed the best. Blue Jeans energy drink is for bold and active men and women. So go on, grab a cold can and power your day. It's in shops nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190 001 0000. Right. Now, are you still on the finance committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to help
But this
me.
year, I think we've met just once since we...
You met only once?
Once since we resumed, yes.
I want you to help me with something. Front page Economic Times. Ghana cedi continues to slide. And Elom Deseu says Ghana's currency, the cedi, has continued to slide on the forex market and now trading at 12.9 to the dollar. The continuous blip of the cedi comes in the wake of the $600 million second tranche of the IMF extended credit facility and the $800 million US cocoa syndicated loan, all geared towards stabilizing the cedi, shoring up the country's reserves and support the balance of payments. The Bank of Ghana will this first quarter sell about $120 million to the BDCs for crude oil importation in the country. This is likely to exert some pressure on the country's reserves if the disbursement delays. The cedi has depreciated further in recent weeks and is currently trading at forex bureaus around 12.9. IC Research is forecasting a steady depreciation of the cedi as it foresees the mid-dollar rate to the cedi at 13.10. According to the research firm, the expected depreciation of the cedi will be far lower than the 15% recorded last year. And interbank rates are also here, 12.37 and 12.38. 9. Now, in a related development, we also told that Ghana could produce about 492,000 metric tons of cocoa beans in the 23-24 crop season, about 28%, precisely 27.9%, less than the 683,000 metric tons of cocoa beans recorded in 22-23. Some stakeholders within the cocoa industry have told Joy Business on condition of anonymity. The falling cocoa production is due to illegal gold mining, adverse weather conditions, smuggling activities, and the prevalence of swollen shoot disease. In the 2021-22 crop season, the country produced about 750 metric tons of cocoa beans. Since then, cocoa production has taken a nose dive. A careful analysis shows that the country's cocoa production has been dwindling for the past 3 years. This may continue if drastic measures are not instituted by the Cocoa Board and other stakeholders. And Reuters had reported that Ghana's cocoa output for 23-24 season is expected to go down by almost 40%, below a target of 820,000 metric tons. And this could have implications for the country's trade surplus, since cocoa is one of the major traditional export earnings. And so
that is even more worrying.
Yes.
Yes, that is very, very worrying.
Yes.
The fall in the...
Yes. And it's been that consistent.
Yes, because that has a direct effect on the currency.
It's been that consistent because if you take it from two fronts which are linked, so you have the production capacity and then you have the syndication of the loan. I have issues with the syndication, but that's for another day. We went up to syndicating about 1.8 to 1.5 billion. It fell to about $1 billion. Now, we did, I think, 800 million. That's what we could do. Now, in terms of production, we have done, we've moved from 750 to 683, and now we are being told that we could be doing 492, although the projection of the Cocoa Board was 820.
I remember when they brought
820,000.
Yes.
So all the and I'm sure when they brought that in, you remember that people even raised those issues and said that the basis for those figures were unfounded, but it was perhaps to show how healthy their books could be or whatever. But I mean, you did 683. Yeah, you did 683, and you were projecting 820 on the back of what? Now we're told that it could be 492. as against your projection of 820. So we have moved from over 1 million to about 1 million, coming down to 8 something to 750, 683. Now we are going down to 400 and something.
Randy, I think that is even more worrying to me, because there was an argument on the floor. I think if you were there, the Dr. I.Y. Opoku of Fenso South, who used to work with Cocoa Board, had raised this issue on the floor, and he had indicated the reasons for the fall. One is the illegal mining, and then the swollen shoots. The swollen shoots, if my brother recall, when they requested for the 600 million from the World Bank, one of the focus areas was to take care of this swollen shoot. And I know for that it will take some time, because when you apply the medications, it will take some time before you get the effect. But for the illegal mining, it's in our hands. As a country, it's in our hands. We are feeling the effects. We were told that if we continue to allow this to continue, this is the effect.
3 years ago,
I
showed videos of cocoa farmers complaining, and even we showed videos and you could see some of the farmers actually talking about some of the strategies that the miners were even using. That, for example, if you refuse to sell your farms to them, they had a way of flooding your farm and all that for over 3 years.
Randy, because one of that videos, one of the cocoa farmers was bold to say that he was prepared to sell his farm to the miners. When he juxtaposed the amount of money he's going to make in the next 10 years from the cocoa and what they intend to give him now. He had done. I recall that. So, Randy, what we are seeing now is just a combination of all these things that had happened over the period. But Randy, it's quite worrying. You see, when situations like this happen, when this debate started in Parliament, I was expecting Cocoa Board. You know, they have to be frontal. And
do we still have a company? Yes, I know that they are human beings and they occupy position.
Yeah, but Randy,
they have buildings.
Randy,
but
if
from
you're
a
chief
financial
executive,
point of view,
Randy, if you're chief
do we
executive,
really have a company?
Randy, if you're chief executive and this issue is taking place, I mean, if you're chief executive, you are doing 1 million, you move down to 900, 800. Now, even your own projections is talking about 400, and Reuters is even projecting that you might even have about 40% fall. That should be a red flag for the company to engage the Ghanaian public on exactly what is happening within the space.
Have you been following PAC?
I have. Once in a while I do, and my brother has been.
So have you seen their latest report on the cocoa roads?
No, I've not. Okay, I've not read the entire report.
Whilst all these things are happening, you should see how they are dealing with their expenditure.
Yeah, so my point is that they should...
For the same institution that flayed Opuni. As for Opuni, Dr. Opuni, I feel so sorry for him, to be honest. Look, for all the things that they said about Opuni and Cocoa Roads, and the audit, the press conferences, the press releases, the interviews they granted, all the things they said, you should read what the Auditor General is saying about what the same institution is doing with Cocoa Roads.
Okay, I'll
even with this performance, see what they're doing.
I'll take my time to read about it.
I'm sure that maybe when it gets to Honorable's, then he might deal with that issue as well.
You see, I know the new minister, Brian Champon, very affable, very strong in his leadership. I'm hoping that he's going to rein in.
Raining.
Yes.
The horse bolted 3 years
Randy,
ago.
it's not too late.
Whether okay, I understand. You're speaking now as a politician, not a banker.
Randy, I'm sure. If I
had consulted you as a banker on this issue,
I know my fellow daddy is well placed, and he sees with all this information. I'm sure.
The horse has bolted. Do you want me to repeat that again?
Steps will be taken to ensure that the horse come back. Steps will be taken to ensure that the horse comes back, Randy. It's quite. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, cocoa has been a very strong backbone of the economy over the years, and over the years, anytime the cocoa season is it's approaching. I mean, there's kind of excitement within the system. You know, we all know that. I mean, syndicated, we're taking 1.5 billion. I mean, when they started doing 800, 600, it's an indication that what they intend to buy.
That's the man. That's your friend.
Yeah, that's my friend who said, as for him, he's going to sell his cocoa farm and take care.
Let's watch him. Let's watch him.
Money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off. You see, it is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me to stop cutting my own cocoa tree. Are you plant it for me? Plant it for you, food and job. Am I involved? I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off. You see, it is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me to stop cutting my own cocoa tree. Are you plant it for me? Planting for you, food and job. Am I involved?
Such is the pity.
Yeah. So Randy, it's quite a worrying trend. On the exchange rates issue that you raised, my hope was that when the 600 million and the cocoa syndication dropped, it was going to have some positive effects on our city. But I realized the value keeps dwindling over the years. When I was in the bank, the pressure on the dollar usually occurs October, November, December, because then a lot of the market people come in too. Then subsequently,
and there's recovery. Yes. January, February.
Fantastic. Then subsequently realized that a lot of the businessmen had gone far to have a certain relationship with their suppliers, to the extent that they rather do LCs. So at that point, the money is not moving. And then in January, as you said, payments start to come. So normally from January, the first quarter, you have this kind of pressure on the city. But Randy, as for this city matter, I've said it here, until...
But let me ask you something. At a time when we are not paying our debts, really, because, you know, interest payments was a huge factor. It had become number one. So at a time when we've done all this DDEP and all those things, and we're really not paying our debts, why do we still have this level of pressure?
But Randy, we have to ask ourselves, what is our revenues, the revenue we are getting in dollar terms, as in our
okay, so
exports.
for 2023, I think it was about 7 billion.
Randy?
I think so. No. 16 billion.
Yes.
About 16 billion. Yes.
And the last time I was...
And 6.7 or 6.8 billion of that was gold.
Randy, the last time when we were discussing the restrictions, when the trade ministry wanted to do the restrictions, they gave us 20 items, just 20 items. We needed 10 billion a year. So you can imagine the kind of pressure. Even, taking out the interest payment, take out that interest payment component. You can imagine the pressure just with 20 items. So there has to be some fundamental discussion.
But was that not the Gurgisberg economy you described in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016?
Some efforts have been made. But the last time we were here, you made a very interesting point about this 1D, 1F. I go to Kumasi and I see some of the factories working. But you did a very interesting analysis of where the pressure is when you talk about our oil, you talk about some few products that really put pressure on our forex. And so you were expecting that the 1D, 1F would have been focused on those areas first.
If the strategy were import substitution.
Fantastic. Yeah. So yes, the 1D, 1F was one of the things that we did to help solve this problem.
Sloganeering.
Yes, but you see, no sloganeering. You could see the factories.
Do you know why I say that?
But the point...
You know why I say that? And it was confirmed to me the day I heard that the president has built more factories than Kwame Nkrumah. Then I knew that the objective was clear. See, any strategy any intervention like that is expected to solve a problem. So, which problem was 1D, 1F supposed to solve? I hope you understand me. It is not just that, I mean, industrialization is fanciful. Let's do it. You think that you have a problem, and you believe that industrialization is what will deal with the problem. And that is why you embark on that strategy. So we need to be able to determine which of the problems that it was intended to solve that has been solved. That has been my whole issue. So when people begin to do a quantitative 6,000 factories, 600 factories, since independence, not even Nkrumah build.
So like the 20 products that we needed 10 billion, if you had focused your attention, rice, oil, those.
So
areas.
if it was, that's why I said, what was the problem that it was intended to solve? Do you understand me? Otherwise, it will be nothing but perhaps something that you just decided to do to be seen as doing something. And of course, like I said, when you hear of we've built more factories than even Kwame Nkrumah, then you begin to. So like I said, somebody says that I have 20 kiosk or containers. I'm bigger than Malcolm because Malcolm is one.
I get your point.
You understand me? That's how sensible people can be, you know. Anyway. Oh, now what the phone about? Stop writing.
I don't know what he's writing. Whether he's going to court today or something.
He's writing his own sonar.
You know, Randy, I as though I knew this would come up now. That's why I highlighted the state of the cocoa industry in the country as the state of affairs. Look, we have given, in my time in Parliament, several other loans have come, but we have specifically procured two major ones in 2018 and 19. The swollen soot disease became a national matter and was then affecting our production level, which hit around 700,000 metric tons. So government came out with a policy to revamp the industry and improve production.
Which year?
2019.
Okay.
So at a persuasive retreat, it was a major thing they came up with. So after a retreat, upon Nkrumah made a major press release and engaged the media and said they have procured $600 million. And indeed, they came to Parliament. And this was the breakdown. What was the purpose? To revamp the cocoa industry so that we can retain a lot of the products, to reduce the pressure on the city. Those were some of the measures put in place to reduce the pressure on the city as you linked it from the story. So that 600 million was to 140 million, that's 330 million of that money was to support the local farmers directly. Now the target was that by 2017, from 2019, it was a 7-year program that government was going to roll out. So the target was that by 2027, we'll be doubling our production capacity from the 700,000 metric tons at the time to about 1.5 million metric tons by 2027. So by this time, we should be doing 1.2, 1.3 million, expecting to hit the 1.5 million or 1.4 million target in a year or two's time. So this was how they gave the breakdown. 320 to 330 of the $600 million was to assist the local farmers directly. 200 million was to also improve local cocoa production. Then, further breakdown of the $330 million went this way. They will spend 40.6 million on irrigating the cocoa farms. So that, because the issue was that increasingly because of climate change, cocoa farms during dry season were now being affected by bushfires. Hitherto, it wasn't so. But because of the dryness, bushfires were affecting. So they were to roll out massive piping program so that even in the dry season, the farmers could irrigate their farms to change the humidity, the microclimate of the area, so they are not affected by bushfires, which ended up consuming the cocoa trees, and therefore they end up being cut and new ones planted. So government pumped as much as $40 million to check this. We don't have anything to show for that. We were to pump as much as 8.2 million or 82.7 million in terms of rehabilitation of farms. What does that mean? Persons at the time, and we speak of 5 years ago, persons at the time whose cocoa farms were not in good shape, they were to be assisted with new seedlings, high-yielding new seedlings to plant more. Their farms were to be resurveyed and mapped out. Essentially, they even indicated that they were going to do what they call zona cluster building. That was the phrase Afri Yakuto used. That is to build small hamlets. If you get to a cocoa growing area, you could have a small community of, say, 3-4 houses that will have persons living in there as farmers who would just walk close distance to their farms. It didn't happen. They were to spend $50 million. Doc, are you listening to me?
Yes.
They were to spend $50 million of that money to build new warehouses so that when the beans are harvested and bagged, farmers don't have to travel long distances to get to the warehouses where the beans are purchased and stored. They were to spend $7.5 million on local investment. And why? They said they want to invest in whipping up local appetite in cocoa production. $7 million. Again, $140.2 million was to actually fight the Solinsu disease. That was how much we devoted for it. Then we also to spend about $10.6 million on farmer database, so that when you are a cocoa farmer and in Kwabre, Fija Kwabre,
it's Kwabre
North, you will be known. Your MP with that data, the MP will know every single person who is a cocoa farmer in his constituency. Indeed, as part of that massive program suggested, the Volta region, for instance, was to be returned onto the map of major cocoa production areas, so that areas that were hitherto into cocoa production but now no longer do that will be brought back into cocoa production. So South Dine were considered, because we used to do a lot of cocoa production in the Kweve, Peki, and the Vegbe area. Then Bama area in Ho West. In fact, as we speak, there's a cocoa station. Cocoa board has a station at the Saviepa Agokpo area, because that area getting to the mountain Togo at Mampong, Atakra ranges all the way to Togo. The whole biome is for cocoa production. So cocoa board has a facility there. Then the Hohwa area to the Lee Logba area. So these were massive rollouts as the programs were discussed on the floor. Then in 2020 or 21, the minister came back to say that they had drawn down only $350 million of the AFDB. This was an African Development Bank facility. And that there appears to be some difficulties. So the program, this 7-year program, was being hampered. So they had gone to source for another $200 million from World Bank. And that one, according to the discussions, that one was to have been released directly to them so that they can impact immediately. That facility too was obtained. So there is no basis why we should have a negative correlation in our production levels. How can we move from 700,000 metric tons in 2019 before the procurement of these two facilities, which materially was to enhance cocoa production. And now declined to about 450,000.
When did we go above the 1 million?
We did the 1 million around 2021.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you see, yes, around 2021. Because you see, we were also experiencing inverse smuggling. Inverse smuggling, because Eric Opoku said that yes, we must have experienced that. But the minister shouldn't lose sight of the fact that it is not a direct positive effect of the programs is rolling now, because he had come to the house to mention that the 600 million, he got just about half. He didn't get the whole thing. So it affected the program components of that policy. But Ivorians were also smuggling back to Ghana because our prices were then good. You know, they did the politics with it. But I'm saying that...
So 2021, we did 1.1 million.
Yes.
And then in 2022, it dropped to 750,000.
Yes. Because
that's about a 350,000 ton decrease.
Exactly Eric Opoku's point.
350,000 ton decrease in 1 year.
Yes, exactly Eric Opoku's point that it is not as the 1.1 that you did was not as a result of the benefits of the program components you rolled out. But
assuming that it were as a result of the program component, we should have seen consistency.
Exactly
in the
Eric
production
Opoku's
levels.
point.
So you cannot have done a 1.1 in 2021.
And
then in 2022, you do a 750.
Yes.
And then in 2023, you do a 600 and something.
Yes, and in 2024,
you do a 683.
To 2024,
then in
you are dropping to 450
yes.
thereabout. So exactly Eric Opoku's point that the minister ought to be truthful. That the hike we got.
So we solved swollen shoot, for example. By 2021, we have solved it. Yes. With the interventions that were made in 1920.
Yes.
We have solved it in 2021.
Yes.
Then 2022, it appears.
Yes.
Then it appears in 2023.
Yes.
Then it's appearing in 2024.
Yes. So
swollen shoot must be a miracle worker.
No, so he himself said that the money, he got only half of the money. Because you see, when the consultants came onto the ground, and Eric is a fantastic...
Of course. I mean, that's
an authority.
That's his area. Yeah, that's his area.
He said when the consultants came onto the ground, they realized that the funding component, the things that the funding components were to have been used for...
Misapplication.
Yes. If they asked for survey of farms, they were not getting the data. Farmer database, they were not forthcoming. If you say you want to build new warehouses, they were not seeing.
But those were supposed to be the expenditure items.
Exactly. Local investment to whip up local appetite in cocoa products, 7.6 million. They gave you some. So they began to withhold the releases. Then you convince your government and cabinet that okay, we should go to another source and look for 200 million, and the government did. So, but you see, there are no consequences when these things happen. There are no consequences. And again, you spoke about the cocoa rules. They blame Opuni for all manner of things. Cocoa rules, if you look at the data, 60% of over 10,000 rules that have been awarded was single-sourced.
Yeah.
Single-sourced. People like Wontumi took money and has never been to the site. It's in the report. I'm not saying it.
The report says Wontumi took money.
Why? They mentioned his company. They took the money. The mobilization that was like 30%, 40%. I'm very clear.
Be clear.
I am very,
you are referring to his original charge.
Yes, I'm very express.
Be clear.
His company was giving mobilization of in excess of 40 to 50 million. He never stepped foot on the road.
And what's the name of the company?
What's the name of the company? It's in the report. Go and check. you understand? So it became such a major because they thought that because they channeled the funds into cocoa rules because they told the consultants that it was part of the program to remap the farms to be able to have access and all that. So they shifted the bunch of the money to their contractors and single source the jobs to them. They took the monies and abandoned sites. That's why we are where we are. That is why it has a direct correlation on the impact that the city is having, the dollar is having on the economy. Today, the city to the dollar is 13 cities. Collins, member of the finance committee. That is the true state of the nation.
They've met once this year.
Inflation 54.4 recently. That is the true state of the economy. People come 54.4. Why? Didn't we do
That was last year.
but how far is last year from
No, but that's last
But that's
year.
not the state of the economy now.
You see, when you were speaking about state of the economy, you were talking about ambulance in 2017. When I speak of
I spoke about 2017 and I told you what's happening now. I told what's happening now.
When doctor directed you that we want to speak of now,
But
state
doc-
of the nation.
but doctor, if
we were
the-
talking about
but the-
Ajanawawa. Is Ajanawawa state of the nation?
Currently, I don't know why it's ongoing.
You told us
It's
you
not
were
part
told
of.
it that
It's
18
not part
months
of what is
ago.
happening now.
18 months ago. So that 18 months has.
So if it's under construction, it's not what is happening
things
now.
that happened last year, I have a right.
Oh.
In fact, he's coming to give state of the nation as of last year. This year, we are still at the juvenile stage of the year. We are still in February.
So if I did one
So the
construct is
state of the
ongoing,
nation.
if I did
will
one
be
is
matters-
ongoing,
the
you
state-
shouldn't say that it's
The
ongoing
state
now.
of the nation will be things that happened last year. We did inflation 54.4. We did it. State of the nation.
Everybody knows the current rate of inflation. What you have
And that's
mentioned
what-
is last year.
No, that's the state of the nation
That's
last
the
year.
state of the nation.
The
Now you are
state
saying
of the state of the nation will not be
Randy
this
is
year.
now qualifying it to the state of the nation last year.
Oh, but of course, the state of the nation will be things that happened to us last year. President cannot be talking about things that are yet to happen to us. The constitution is very clear. So we did 54.4.
That was last year.
You did it.
That's
Well,
last year.
As a member of the finance
At your
committee.
PAC, at your PAC sitting,
Yes.
the cocoa board boss indicated that they lose 150,000 tons through smuggling every year.
Yes, and we told him that he can't substantiate it. Oh, no, he can't.
You asked him to substantiate.
Yes, he said we bring document. He mentioned some video that they caught some people who were smuggling the beans
They were
in
carrying
tipper trucks.
150,000 tons.
50, that's tipper trucks.
Well, we all know
loaded
that
into-
smuggling happens.
Yes,
As to the
but-
quantum, I think we can have an
but
argument
he
on
couldn't
it.
substantiate it.
Hey.
I have good friends at Cocoa Board, but the current management is not helping.
Anyway, let's end on this. Page 6, if I center spread a Daily Post. John Mahama to name running mate next week. Former President John Mahama will next week name his running mate for the general election slated for December this year. The former president last week officially wrote to the party indicating his readiness to sound the National Executive Council and the National Council of Elders this week about who he wants as his running mate, after which the name will be made public. However, the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Kwete, requested for a few days postponement of a meeting between the flag bearer, the NEC, and the Council of Elders to enable members of the Council of Elders who are spread across the length and breadth of the country ample time to arrive in Accra for the meeting. Article 43 of the NDC's constitution states that the party's presidential candidate shall nominate a running mate in consultation with the National Executive Committee and the National Council of Elders. The names of various personalities in the party have made the rounds in both the traditional and social media as possible running mates. They include Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, who served as Minister of Education in the Mahama government and was his running mate in the 2020 elections. Former Chief of Staff Julius Debra who has held various positions in the party, former CEO of Boston, Tor Kwame Wadaku, and others. A Daily Post intel indicates Mahama made his choice long ago and has only been waiting for the opportune time to make his choice known. On the campaign trail in Bono region late last year, he announced he would name his running mate in February this year. Well, Honorable Defamapo, I didn't see your name there.
No, I haven't seen my name. But let me touch on this matter.
Okay.
You know, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I googled that. I tweeted that I have evidence that cocoa board companies in this country were importing beans. It went viral. They came to rebut that. But the evidence is that then they came to say that the quality of our beans is such that inferior qualities were normally imported from other countries to supplement. But even that suggestion is scandalous to say that our quality levels should be compromised for some other inferior quality for purposes of production for local consumption. So cocoa board is important.
Yeah.
The
president once said, after he misspoke, he once said, Mankani Yekra.
This president has been misspeaking.
No, so just take it that Mankani Yekra.
Recently, he dismissed ministers, and after that,
I'm not
said
talking
that
about the president.
He was reassigning them. When I said, I'll answer the question.
It's actually a very simple question.
When I raised the issue, they said,
answer the question. Answer the question.
The government misspoke.
Oh.
What J.H. Mensah told J.J. Rollins in 1970.
My brother, answer the question.
Constitutional law matters. There's nothing I'm misspeaking.
Answer the question.
No, my name is not on the list.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. but I'm happy that we have gotten here after many months of consultation. The ground is swelling in anticipation of who partner His Excellency for the very difficult work ahead. And so once we do that, everybody will know his level.
Who?
Everybody will know his place or her
This
place.
question is who?
And so that we can execute our campaign and bring victory in December 2024.
Who? The question? Why are you running? The Randy says who?
No, the question was whether my name is on the list.
No.
And after
Randy
that,
says who?
no, he said, "Did you see your name on the list?"
No.
Don't set your own questions.
No, who are you? Who's your choice?
Are you the host?
Who's the caucus's choice?
Yes.
As a matter of fact,
Or the caucus's preference? Let me not say
yes,
choice. You don't have the right to choose.
as a matter of fact, we haven't discussed this as a caucus.
Okay.
Yes, as we speak, the caucus is in a hold up. I'm discussing some other matters. I don't know whether this will feature.
Okay.
But whatever it is, I'm a gun on the shoulder.
Okay.
Wherever they direct me, that's where I shoot. Yes.
You expect the president to come from Parliament?
Oh, no. I have no such expectations.
Okay.
Oh.
You expect the president to come from a particular region?
Well, given the peculiarities that we have, it would be good if a particular region is considered.
Your region?
And
You have a gender preference?
yes, of course. I think that
Randy.
yes. No. Yes, of course. I think that. No, I think that. No, I speak to figures.
Yes.
The history record shows that we lost. The history records shows that we lost the election by 1 million votes in 2016.
Yes.
When His Excellency picked Prof, my own lecturer, we improved by we deficited that by half.
Yes.
And I think that her partnership with him had something to do with it.
Okay.
Especially also because our seats in the central region improved from 4 seats to 13.
Okay.
Yes, but I also look at the Ashanti numbers.
Okay.
So if a running mate comes from Ashanti or Central, that's fine for me.
Good. Okay. All right.
Today, I now understand why they are senior journalists. Randy has, in a very nice way, cornered you to the point that hey, Randy. Now my brother started talking about figures. Randy.
Yes.
As for figures, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost by less than 40,000 votes.
Yes.
So if a partner reduces a deficit from 1 million to 500,000, to me, that is not something that we should gloat about. Somebody lost by just 40,000. As for the NDC, I know there's a lot of talk. I mean, we listen to ourselves, the grapevine. And I know it's a difficult decision for Dale.
The story says that he has been ready with his choice.
But
he has informed the party.
Yes.
According to the story.
But the fact that
the party
yes.
that I'm ready to inform you
yes.
of my choices.
Yes.
The party says give us like a week.
Yes. But I know because of the consultation and discussion going on. I mean, he is leading a group of people. So the fact that he has a choice, Dr. Bawumia by now should have a clear idea of who he wants to.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. He should. He should.
So you're sure he has?
Yes, I'm sure. Just like as you're saying that GM.
No, you're sure.
I'm sure he has. But he has to consult. And the discussion.
Ashanti is taken for granted.
Oh, I've not talked about Ashanti taking for granted.
No,
the party, everybody knows the NPP.
No,
I mean, the heartbeat of the party comes from the Ashanti.
So it
region.
will be from Ashanti.
I'll be excited if our candidate decides to come to Ashanti. I don't have any problem.
It's male.
Oh, whether male or female.
Is a cabinet minister?
Oh, there are a lot of people, Ashanti people on cabinet. So many of them.
So I'm coming.
Yeah, there are so many of them. There are so many of them.
Okay. And the person is in charge of
Randy,
education or energy?
Randy, let me deal with the NGM. And I know there's a lot of conversation about GM's running mates. Just as my brother has espoused some data to support one person or the other, others also believe that that same person did not add enough to the tickets.
What do you believe?
Well, for me, what I believe and what I know is that at the end of the day, the MPP will still be in power. Okay. That is my belief. Okay. And that is my feeling.
By hook or crook?
By hook or crook. So whether I don't... oh, yes.
You use crooked means.
By hook or crook. Legal hook or crook.
No, you need to qualify with adjective. You use crooked means. We are waiting for you.
You are saying crooked means.
There's a line in the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah. You are saying crooked means.
Lead us not into temptation. I'm sorry for leading you.
Oh, but of course, Randy, when I say by hook or crook, I mean my understanding is that you're going to do everything possible.
It's my fault.
I understand. You're going to do everything possible. Yes, within the legal framework to ensure that we win this election. So who partners JM for us? It's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter to us. I mean, the earlier one who partnered him lost by 500,000 votes. So if they want to repeat the same person, fine. We don't have a problem. Maybe she's going to reduce the 500 by another half to 250,000. But that's what she does best. She reduces by half. So that's fine. We're okay.
So it sounds like you believe it will be Professor Opoku-Agyeman.
Oh, but that's
from
what
the way you are concluding.
But didn't you listen to Davian Mekpo?
That what?
Davian Mekpo says he deals in numbers.
Yes.
And then he started massaging some numbers that Madam Nana.
So from what you're saying, he thinks it will be her.
Yes.
And you also think it will be her.
The point is that is his decision. He asked for him.
You know, this was what I said. I said, given the figures and the peculiarities of the central region, if she's repeated, we are good to go.
Okay.
But given the figures also in Ashanti, and the fact that we want to do well this time,
in Ashanti,
if we get an Ashanti,
but
we are good to go.
Is there any Ashanti person among the people?
No, exactly. That's looking.
He's Ashanti.
Yes,
exactly. That's why I'm looking at the figures. That's why I'm looking at the figures.
Ewadaku is from the Ashanti region.
I see.
Yes.
I haven't heard.
If you are rooting for Ewadaku, just say it.
No. I haven't heard his name come up.
His name is there. Randy just read Ewadaku.
Are you sure?
Yes, Ewadaku. Randy just mentioned. So if you are rooting for Ewadaku, just say it.
I'm not rooting for Ewadaku.
But you're talking about Ashanti numbers.
But why? Is it the only person?
Because currently Ashanti, there's Ashanti numbers from NDC. If it beats voter. Yes. So if you are rooting for Ashanti. No, but he didn't mention Kojo Bonsu's name.
No, the paper didn't mention.
The paper mentioned Ewadaku as one of the potential guys. So if you are rooting for Ewadaku, just say it.
No, Randy only asked me whether my name is on the list.
No, Randy mentioned Ewadaku.
No, I didn't hear him.
Maybe he wasn't listening.
I didn't hear him.
Let me tell you, your analysis was that. It's about numbers.
Yes.
And you feel that Prof. Nana slashed the 1 million to 500,000. And then you moved to Ashanti region. And said that because now the Ashanti vote
and added the parliamentary seats, the improvement we had in
the central region. But you talked about the Ashanti vote.
Oh yes, of course. The Ashanti votes
but are the Ashanti votes NDC votes?
The Ashanti and the NDC got in terms of the numbers now.
I'm asking you.
Oh,
Those
this
votes
time
that
around,
we say
that's
are
why I'm
Ashanti.
surprised he wants to use Ashanti as a yardstick.
Why?
Because this time around,
No. The analysis we are doing.
which analysis
Hold on.
in Ashanti region?
Why?
Going for it.
The Ashanti votes are very, very
Masa,
critical. What are you saying?
The last time, on your behalf, I was pleading with Mr. Alex Mood to stop coming to your
No,
place.
Alex, tell him not to come again. I beg. Alex.
But you are just bragging.
No, I'm not bragging,
I'm
but
just
the way
reminding you.
he's coming.
I'm just reminding you that
Ashanti
you will
numbers are
infuriate him
important.
to
We are
get
paying
into your
attention to the
constituency.
Ashanti. Me too.
It's bad nappy.
You
Anyway.
will remove him.
Anyway, if we are to go by the paper, they say next week. Next week is just
it's
it's
in
just
the
here.
corner,
So,
Oh, so when is he? But still, the campaign team has not been announced.
Why?
Which campaign?
Who says?
The JM's campaign team.
Who says we are not campaigning?
No, I've not said so. Did I say you're not campaigning?
Where is the regulation that you must announce?
I've not
a
said
campaign?
so. I just
No, but
asked
you
a
said
question
campaign team has
that the
not
campaign
announced.
team has not been
is
announced.
it true that
I've not said
is
so.
it true that there are people issuing statements to the effect that
Oh, I've not
Yes.
said so.
You have announced a 450
is it
campaign
true that
team.
there are people
Randy,
there are
yes,
people
I've
issuing
seen
statements that they are not
I've seen some statements. Totally unnecessary.
Why?
unnecessary?
Not their statement, but I think we shouldn't have got it to that stage. If you want
have
somebody to
consulted
be,
them.
if you want somebody to be part of the team,
So you see why you don't have to
Randy, I'm coming.
sometimes play to the
Because
government.
Randy, there are some.
sit here and say,
oh,
we
take your
haven't
time. There are
announced
some
campaign
things I
team.
can
Who
also
told
not
you that?
say here.
So withdraw that.
No,
We have a
no.
campaign team, withdraw it.
You've not mentioned, you've not announced your campaign. So if I ask where's your
What
campaign,
is the
what have I
regulation that we should announce?
I've
our
not said there's
campaign
any regulation. I just asked a question.
team? So withdraw.
I will not
We
withdraw.
have a campaign team.
I have the right
They
to
don't
ask.
want- they don't
We've
want
been
to have-
campaigning.
they don't want to have X on their faces.
So Randy, don't I have the right to ask?
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I'm asking you what's your
We
problem.
have a campaign team in place. And we are working.
Anyway,
Randy,
Now we don't do billboard campaign like you are doing.
somebody text me.
Yes.
Your vetting is coming.
You sit here
but
and
that's a threat.
open
Oh,
doors.
That's a threat.
it was just a friendly.
Was that Ferguson?
Friendly
It's not
reminder.
Ferguson.
It wasn't Ferguson.
It's not Ferguson.
I've told that Ferguson is going around threatening people. That if they attempt to block your destiny, you will send them to Nogopo.
Our campaign team is in place.
Well, Randy, let me thank people like Jaffa Mekpo and my colleagues from the other side. I mean, the reaction since my nomination has been quite
But
interesting.
you are liked by everybody.
It's very, very interesting because almost everybody I
You are
see.
just like your uncle.
Yeah.
You cut across.
And Randy, when I was even going for my primaries, interestingly,
Randy,
I mean,
you raised a matter.
friends-
Our uncle is serving on Baumia's campaign team, manifesto
not?
team,
Why not?
as Minister of
Why not?
National Security.
He's
Why?
He's a party man.
No. Such portfolios
He's a party
don't play politics
Oh.
with it.
He-
National security.
He's an advisor.
Well, we are which advisor?
Advisor.
Which advisor? If it's national
But
security,
if you look at the
serious national security.
if you look at
Yes.
the structure, if
Yes.
you look at the structure
Yes.
of the campaign team,
Yes.
if you look at the structure,
Yes.
it appears that the sector ministers are advisors.
Yes.
No, but I
Oh,
have,
I think that's the structure.
yeah, but I have a serious problem with the national security minister being
Go
associated.
to the Supreme Court. So that will be thanks, gentlemen, and I wish you well in the house today. Up next, GMG Trends. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Time to check out what is trending on social media with Desi, the star boy. Desi, good morning.
Good morning, Doc. Egbe mi adak pe na ma wa na mi. Johannes si ne ma wo tok pe. Machiro. The other one they know how to say Akpe ma vodo akpe. Hey, we told you that the new bus and the lion on the bus is coming to do wonders.
Oh, me, I thought you were going to talk about Chelsea.
Doc. How I be singing I feel I'm for Chelsea losing, dog. No. Just
You know
the
that-
effort to take.
Yeah, so your song you're singing.
Yeah.
is a favorite of the board chairman of Heart of Lions.
Then this one is who one is that?
Mr. Kutoche.
Who one is that, Mr. Kutoche?
First guy. That's his favorite.
Oh, then I mean the spirit.
Sing it again.
ABBEY my body.
No, the first one.
Yeah, I said. Johannes in a mouth, Machido, the ballet to come. Mr. Kutote. Today I will give you fans for the show. Have you seen my mom number 8? Okay.
I've never been to Bolgatanga.
No, I haven't gone there yet.
You've not?
No, I haven't gone there yet.
Oh, okay. So the next time you're going to Bolgatanga, let me know.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
There's a hotel in Bolgatanga.
Okay.
You can Google and find find a lot about it. It's called the Akayet Hotel.
Akayet.
Yes, in Bolgatanga. Okay. And the owner is Mr. Emmanuel Akayet.
Mr. Emmanuel Akayet.
Yes.
Okay.
A very good man, very
good.
Man,
okay.
hard-working businessman. He's the CEO of the Akayet Group of Companies.
Okay.
And the Akayet Hotel is one of
the companies.
Yes. Today is his birthday.
Oh. Yes. Happy birthday to you, sir. God bless you, sir. God will continue to bless you as we have mentioned your name. And I've come to know you have a hotel in Bolgatanga, sir. I'll be there, sir. But happy birthday to you, sir. God richly bless you, for all that you do with Mr. Akayet. God bless you so much. And you see my face in Bolgatanga soon. Coming to Akayet. And we Jina Junction, so too many years. We call Akayet. Then I go to Akayet Hotel. Anyway, this morning, we are going to do National State of the Nation quiz.
Okay.
Yes, Doc. So now if you ask the question, you answer true or false.
Okay.
Yes. So Annie, let's go. We want people at home to answer for themselves, true or false. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. All right. So let's just take our time. See the question. Sometimes when you're asking, I have my own money. I'm not here for your money. True or false? Look, true or false?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll protect the public purse. True or false?
Is the true or false related to whether it was said or not?
Whether it is being done or not.
Hey. Okay, so you ask the questions.
Me, I'm asking them.
Okay, you ask. Don't ask me.
Today is the day, the last State of the Nation's address for the president.
Okay, it's the last but one.
Last but one, actually. Okay, yeah. So we'll do the last one later. Yeah, as the year comes to an end and the end of his tenure also. So that will be happening. We understand he's already in the house, so we're bringing that to you right here on Metro Television. So watch out for that this morning as we bring you all the happenings from the State of the Nation.
The questions are still not ready.
The questions are still not ready, so we will hold on to that. Okay, the questions are ready. Okay, please take your pens and papers. True or false? So let's go.
And tell me whether it's true or false on the lying bit. I shall protect the public purse. True or false? I am too old to steal your money. I already have my own money. True or false? Yetisikaso, Nsukomde. True or false? Try me and see. True or false? I am not corrupt and will never be corrupt. True or false? I can develop Ghana without borrowing. The money is here. True or false? I will transform Ghana in 18 months. True or false? I will not operate a family and friends government. True or false? I will fight corruption with the Anas principle. True or false? I will make the Kole Lagoon and Odo River tourist sites. True or false? I will build a factory in every district. True or false? I will give each constituency $1 million every year. True or false? I will arrest the dollar. True or false? The hikes in fuel prices will be a thing of the past. True or false? I will make Accra the cleanest city in the whole of Africa. True or false? I will build 111 district hospitals in 18 months. True or false? I will build 350 new secondary schools from scratch. True or false? We will never go to the IMF for bailout again. True or false?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our quiz master for the day, Mr. Kwame Jantwa.
Lawyer de Asemeba. So, who was he expecting to answer the question? Is it Thompson? Because I saw Thompson's face.
The short,
Yes.
That's why
he was in Cuckoo's Land.
I don't know your answer. You keep it to your head. You don't say, "Oh, come back, Monty."
Kwame, Elder Kwame Jantwa. Okay. Who's supposed to answer your question? President Akufo-Addo.
Well.
Or you can answer for
me. Hey, no, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
This one there, I said we've left it to the pity will be mean to what we answer no answer.
This is beyond my knowledge and capability.
No, maybe it's beyond you than me. I don't know. Anyway, so the State of the Nation's address. I don't know what you are expecting. No, what are you expecting? You're expecting the true State of the Nation address.
Oh. I'm expecting that tomorrow morning I'll be here.
Oh, okay.
To ask the panel what they think.
What do you think about it?
You know, there's a statement that they make on the streets. You know, that and one.
Hey. Okay. Someone's asking that how many times will COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine will appear in the address?
It was a question I asked the panel. One said 3 times. The other said in every paragraph.
Okay, so we'll be monitoring. Already, the State of the Nation address is straight on Twitter, and I'm sure that a lot of people will be reacting.
And we're carrying it live.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we're bringing it live to you.
Our team will be here to carry it live.
Yeah.
We have analysts who will also be analyzing everything.
Definitely.
For you. So keep your dials here on Metro TV and Original TV as well.
Yep. Doc, we'll leave it and go to Parliament. We understand the President is in. So we've got to...
Maybe if it's in the speaker's place, you know there's a holding area. They have a TV there. So maybe you might have to repeat the questions, just in case he decides to answer them in the State of the Nation address. So maybe repeat the questions. So maybe the President can take note of
Let's go back to our quiz master for the day, Lawyer Kwame Jantwa.
And tell me whether it's true or false on the lying bit. I shall protect the public purse. True or false? I am too old to steal your money. I already have my own money. True or false? Yetisikaso, come there. True or false? Try me and see. True or false? I am not corrupt and will never be corrupt. True or false? I can develop Ghana without borrowing. The money is here. True or false? I will transform Ghana in 18 months. True or false? I will not operate a family and friends government. True or false? I will fight corruption with the Anas principle. True or false? I will make the Kole Lagoon and Odo River tourist sites. True or false? I will build a factory in every district. True or false? I will give each constituency $1 million every year. True or false? I will arrest the dollar. True or false? The hikes in fuel prices will be a thing of the past. True or false? I will make Accra the cleanest city in the whole of Africa. True or false? I will build 111 district hospitals in 18 months. True or false? I will build 350 new secondary schools from scratch. True or false? We will never go to the IMF for bailout again. True or false?
All right, so we'll wait to see or to hear that from the President later today in Parliament. But Doc, Singathon, remember Singathon from December?
Yes.
Guinness World Record says the attempt was unsuccessful.
Okay, why?
We understand there were lapses in the time for rest.
Okay.
And all that. But people are not happy with it that I mean, some say that she knew that she had been disqualified. It was unsuccessful. She didn't tell Ghanaians looking at the support that was given to her.
Okay.
Other people, and she is defending that she actually has lost her logins to access, Guinness World Records, information on her platform. So that is the reason. And she even showed screenshots, but still, Ghana for say, hey, you, mommy. Yeah, okay.
I think last Friday I told you the proper name of this country.
Yes, yeah, Republic of Yasser. Yeah. Hey, don't be easy, but no, there's a new one. Kibabaton.
Eh?
Kibabaton.
Is it the grilling or the chewing?
No. That's a very good question. I think the grilling is a kibabaton.
Okay.
The who will chew for the person.
So how many kebabs the person can grill?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's called Atinga in Sombela, Joel. Kibabaton, longest barbecue marathon.
Okay.
From the 11th to the 14th of April, 19.
But that one the South Africans will win,
When you be a
grill, they win. They call it braai. Braai.
Okay. So we have
every home there's a grill.
There's a grill like that. Okay. So we've had standard ton, and you don't put it on count. Car wash ton. We have interview ton, speech ton.
What's the interview ton?
Oh, someone wants to do interviews for a certain period.
Will he be interviewing himself?
No, he'll bring people on and keep talking. So you come for a session and you go.
Sorry.
I'm thinking of which one I can do.
Look, economic difficulties can create all manner of problems. I'm telling you, all manner of problems.
But maybe the president can mention it too.
As one of the achievements.
Oh, that Singleton brought us together in December as part
of the number of tons.
Oh, no.
In fact, it's part of the state of our nation.
The Singleton has encouraged.
Everybody is turning.
Doing turning. Okay. Me, what can I do? I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Look, that's it.
What did you say her name is again? What's her name again?
Who? Efua Santua?
No.
Eh?
Kumasi.
No, okay.
What's her name again?
Is it?
You can't mention your...
Why can I not mention it?
So what's her name?
Emanuela.
Emanuela what?
Menu.
What Menu? What's the middle name?
Emanuela Edu Ansri Menu.
Emanuela Edu Ansri Menu. Okay. Pretty name.
I'm done with the trends.
Oh, you can be undone.
I've closed. Up next is State of the Nation address. I've closed. Look.
So from the state of Desi, we go to the state of the nation, Ghana.
I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money